How are you doing? Where I am, it is a new day. It is Saturday. But where you are, maybe you've already been enjoying Saturday. Maybe it's still late at night for you. That's what my cat says. Let's go and get another message from Spirit. Let's go and see what is in the ether. Just general messages that will pull. I think I'm going to go and mix up the cards too. I'm going to bring out another deck. Let me go and prep that deck 1 minute. And then we'll start to see what's around. I love my black and white decks. Of course, I have my eye on a kitty cat deck. It's $27 where I am. I do believe it's cheaper, probably a little bit online. It's at Grimmelkins or something like that, cat deck. I really like the hangman there. That's going to be my next deck, is that one. All right. I think I'm ready. Let me just clear off a few more things. And get a candle. My cat is already ready. You hear him going, wow, wow. All right. I know maybe I should have done this all before, but I'm doing it now. Okay, I have the decks I'm going to use. My cat is already going row row in the background. I dare say we're ready to begin. Wouldn't be a Mystic Moons reading without some chi meows in the background. There we go, right on cue. All right, how's everyone doing tonight? I am here with my cat and my little trusty potato. I have my candle. We already called the spirits with the tingshas. I am looking forward to tonight's reading. What is it, the second? We have one more weekend, right, left of January, but it's the first January of Aquarius season. Aquarius season has begun. Isn't that exciting? Not that it isn't sad to see Capricorn season go. It is a tear falls down, sob, goodbye Capricorn season until next, 12 months, 11 months from now. However, we can go and celebrate the joy that is Aquarius season. And Aquarius, well, all of us can go and enjoy the benefits of Aquarius season. Of course, the main star is, of course, those with strong Aquarius placements. Happy birthday, everybody who is an Aquarius. Also, to everybody who has those Aquarian placements, Some interesting feelings, I'm sure, that are going to come up. Interesting opportunities, I'm sure, that are going to come up. Let's go and see what Spirit has for us to say. And of course, should I say this segue? I do welcome all the subscribers. Thank you so much for being part of the channel. If and when you are watching, if you feel called to, consider watching the other videos of Aware and Beware. These videos are really all about what you feel called to watch. You can also skip ahead because I'm going to be pulling on a variety of messages. There really isn't any format to these. If you're new to the channel, well, welcome. I and my very vocal Siamese welcome you. I am strong on cat meows. I am the strongest on cat meows. Let's see, can I get another meow? Gee. The other meows was like, you're ignoring me. That was the meow of, oh, you finally turned around and looked at me. Yes. All right. So I'm going to continue taking some first general messages, general pulls, but I may direct this a little bit as we go through. Let's go and see what we have. That's what my cat says. All right. Message number 1. I have caring. Caring a new job. Oh, it caught my attention. Are we caring about a new job? A new job that has been missing. You need it sooner rather than later, but it's taking a little bit of time. These are not particularly geared towards work. There's like a smidgen in there. Smidgen is actually a harsh step. Oh, we have caring a new job. Sooner and later. Some timing cards in there, a little sticky with those timing cards. I am going to pull from this. With caring and new job. I have the lover. Well, not quite the lover. I have 2 of cups, which actually in this energy might as well be the lovers. It's the amorous side of affection, right? In this deck. And Ace of Cups, very strong Cancerian energy here. So first of all, let me go and say that there is an opportunity here. Is this an opportunity in love? Is this an opportunity in work? We're going to find out. What I do know is that whatever opportunity is coming for you, the primary, I think the most important thing for you to keep in mind is to really show your enthusiasm about whatever is being offered to you if you want to be a part of it. Maybe it could even be a little redundant here, caring 2 of Cups, Ace of Cups, new job, whatever this new opportunity is that's coming for you, almost obsequiously. Go and I don't know, enforce, convey your excitement to be a part of the team and how much it really just, fulfills your life purpose, things like that. Go and work off 2 of Cups, Ace of Cups, Cancerian energy, how much you want to nurture and grow because, well, the possibilities are so great. Also, too, let me say in this energy, think about your Cancer placements because that's strong Cancer right there. 2 of Cups. 10. Now I feel like I'm just being joked with. 10 of Cups, Empress. She want this. The Lovers. There's an opportunity that's coming up for you. That's number one message that I have from Spirit in the way for you to go and get this thing. I'm going to say, too, with all this energy around emotionality, very well could also be for those of you who work in the arts, or there are creative or emotional types of triggers for the work that you do, such as advertising, such as communications, such as marketing, right? It's all that same thing. Technology. Could also be lobbying, could be nonprofits, all that sort of business, and that energy here with new job, if I'm not actually dealing with love. I feel like in the main focus here, though, with Empress is very capable. Empress also taps into that creative energy. With Empress here and 5 of Swords, well, someone is going to capitalize upon your skills in order for you to make sure that you definitely go, because the energy I have here, as long as you convey your enthusiasm, just unbridled enthusiasm, and also, too, how the work here aligns with really what makes you feel good, what motivates you to get up every day, how the work itself and the impact it has either in the business community or the greater community or what have you. Just something that just thrills you so much. And like, seriously, all this cards is an understatement. Again, we have Lovers. We have 2 of Cups. We have caring. We have Ace of Cups. We have 10 of Cups, Empress, and 5 of Swords. So all you need to do is just really stress how much you like it, stress how much you want it. So I'm going to pull some of these. But let's see. I'm going to take these. And let's see a little bit more about this caring and new job. I think I'm just going to take 3. Key, action, and sexist. Wasn't quite expecting sexist there. It's interesting because the bottom of the deck energy that I had there as I was pulling has Goddess. I also have Now. Well, I am going to say with sexist and Goddess here, it really isn't that surprising with Empress here. And if you ask me, in this energy of what I'm basically feeling, for some of you, you're going to have a job opportunity come up, and that opportunity, if it's a job, is going to be below what should be your pay grade. But it should be very interesting work. It should be interesting work. It should be quite interesting work, fulfilling work, also work that you can say you've done, and it would almost be an interesting segue as you move off to something else. For instance, I will say, for instance, there was a woman who I met, and she worked for ESPN, and I forgot if she worked as a director of technology or if she worked as a director of marketing or director of strategy or a creative director. She did something in ESPN, which was bought by Disney. She eventually retired. But she took a segue off from her career and she opened up a restaurant. She was a Spanish lady and she took time out and she just basically recreated her parents' recipes for maybe it was 6 months, maybe it was a year. And her business, she said, didn't do any business. She had no sales. But what she did do was with her restaurant, she made a point of creating meals and donating it to the school for kids who couldn't afford lunch. And she donated it to, made meals and donated them to the senior citizens and the women's shelters and just the general homeless shelters. And she did that for over 6 months to under a year. And she made sure that she got write-ups and publicity for each time she did that. She was probably between work, if you ask me. But she was very, very smart. I liked her a lot. In fact, if you probably looked on the historical directors of ESPN, and if you looked for a high-ranking lady of Hispanic origin, you could probably find her because she was one of the few, if not the only, female executive leadership at ESPN. But anyway, she told me that she did that. And that community service that she did with a venture that made her no money at all really put her in a prime position. It put her in a prime position, and then she got hired at ESPN because it showed her, not only did she have her creativity and her skills and her background, but she also took sort of the in-between time to show her commitment to the community, right? Being well-rounded. And I feel like for this job opportunity that's coming up for some of you, it's not exactly going to be at your level. I think you're going to be overqualified for it, but I still think you should go and show your full enthusiasm for it because the work that's being done in that organization, first of all, has really good visibility. I don't know, has a good visibility either in the arts or with the general neighborhood, the general vertical, the general industry, something along those lines. Quiet, Kochi. That's my other cat. You can tell because his voice is not all scratchy and gravelly like the Siamese. Isn't it cute? He's cute. I think his voice is actually the prettiest kitty voice of the household. So, and he doesn't meow that often. He meows enough, but not often. Anyway, that's what I have here for you. And I went off into that little segue just to go and say that although I feel that this is a little bit, well, it is sort of below your pay grade, I think that by being associated with this position, until you get another one anyway, it's going to have that benefit like that lady opening up the restaurant that did absolutely no sales. But, you know, she was showing her community involvement and she worked it as such. There's something like that here. Let's go on to the next message. If I can find, where did I put, oh, here it is. It's like, where did I put my black and white deck? Anyway, such a loving energy. Could this be an actual love opportunity? You know, I'm going to say, I hope it's not a love opportunity because I don't like the Empress and Five of Swords together in this energy. I don't like the uneven balance, and I don't like Five of Swords energy with all the cups and the Lovers. That's a bit sharp. It's better for it to be work. Let's all go and focus on it being work and not an actual love connection. Because if it is a love connection, there's a great disparity there between you and the person coming towards you. And also to the expectations, and I'm going to say the generosity. Much better that it be work and not that. But we'll see what other messages come out. Let's see. Let's get another. Did I just flip this? I did. Let's go and get another message. Another message from Spirit. I'm going to take 2. Is that 2? That is 2. I have overdue and history. Well, something's coming to light. Something's coming to maturation with history and overdue. Also, something that's been waited to be completed is going to start to become completed. Just see. I'm going to pull, I think, 5 cards from these now, and then we'll see what we have and drill down. What is the overdue history? And that looks like it's upside down, isn't it? I just want to flip that the right way. All right. And one more card. So, perfect match is bottom of the deck energy here before I go off into it. Stingy, good. By the way, with this deck, I'm going to say as well, this particular one, it has an equal number positive and an equal number negative cards. That's also why it's so harsh. There's something to keep in mind too about it. I don't really have any halfway energies here. So history and overdue. I have snake. Could be in the year of the snake. Someone born in the year of the snake. But more than that, think about again, someone flashy, someone eye-catching, someone who likes to dress up, someone who likes extravagances. Vata, so think about somebody who perhaps is an air sign or someone who has a lot of air. This is the one who we have overdue history with. They're not born in the year of the snake. They have those attributes. With Vata, could be an air sign, someone tall, someone thin, someone easily excitable, someone easily changeable, someone who is very quick to initiate, not that dedicated or not that interested in following up. You could think about heavy Gemini energy there, although I sort of disagree with people saying Gemini energy can start a whole bunch of things, or that whole jack of all trades and master of none. I don't agree with that for Gemini. I just think Gemini is multifaceted and multi-talented, but that's beside the point. But with the Vata energy, there is the whole thing about strong to initiate, eager to initiate, but actually carrying it through, let's say, to the midpoint and actually completing it, the interest dies off. The interest dies off the first 30%. I would also say, too, with this energy, here's somebody who prefers to be warm. Very interesting as well with snake here, because as we know, snakes are cold-blooded creatures. They don't like the cold. They seek out the heat. This person doesn't like to be cold. This person could be born in the South. This person could much prefer warm weather, could be a sun worshiper with history and overdue. You know this person. If you know this person, if this resonates, because as I said, history and overdue, this isn't something new. You could have someone who enjoys being outside in the sun in the summer from the South. Someone too in this energy could also be born, even though Vata has lots of air qualities, could also be someone born in the summer. Could be someone you met in the summer. Right? So all these things apply here. There was one other thing I wanted to go and share with us. What was it besides the heat? Oh, yes, this person may be cold. This person may be cold, very glittery, very excitable, very enthusiastic on the onset, but ultimately this person is cold and disinterested in how much of what they, with the history and overdue, and how well you know this person, how authentically do they show they're interested in something when they really aren't? There could be that sort of dichotomy too, almost like, glassy eyed in one way. I have missing, I have SOS, and I have summer. Well, it is interesting. I was mentioning the heat here with Vata and snake. So here's another coin, another chip towards the warmth and also the timing. This could also pass up, let me go and say as well, with history and overdue. And as we just started a new year, this could be something that's going to pop up during the summer. This summer, maybe something started last summer. This person is definitely, as I said, that perhaps cold personality. I feel that's like really strong. I also feel as well, just as strong, this is someone who loves the heat, loves the warmth. Oh, let me also say too, with Snake and Vata, this person is, if you allow this person likes to be, doesn't like to be alone. Is that the right word for it? They are very tactile. Think about that as well. Anyway, so that's enough on this person, right? Missing an SOS summer. So basically, someone is coming back. They're going to. Well, do you actually want to see them? History and overdue. They are going to come back, and they're going to come back with an SOS. Are you going to go and save somebody who's been missing and overdue? That was a lot of information there with Snake and Vata, but for some of you, if that resonates, this person is coming back. You have overdue history, and they're coming to basically dump on you, tell you something that did not work out for them, why they were missing. They're coming to you for warmth and support. I think that's all the message I feel like pulling on this person, actually. Take that as it resonates. now. If anybody would like a reading, do let me know. Also, too, if you just want to say hi, you can do that as well. I don't bite. All I have are cat meows, which everybody went quiet. Did you notice that? They'll probably pop up again. They're saying, oh, we're tired. All that meowing takes work. But I'm sure they'll wake up because they're cats and they do cat naps. They're probably going to wake up in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Maybe when they think I've embarrassed myself by talking to the wall long enough, they're going to say, okay, we need to call her out of it. All right. So we had a message on work. I'm pretty sure that was work. As I said, if that first message was love, do not touch that, even though it looks pretty stunning with those cards, but Empress and Five of Swords, don't touch it. Let that be work. And with that second message, very Pacific person coming back there. And that person is definitely coming back for warmth and support and care and understanding and nurturing. They're coming for you to lick their wounds or to lick their wounds in front of you, something like that. Who needs that? Anyway, let's get another message. Of course, if anybody would like a reading, I can pull cards for you. If you have a question, all I ask for is a donation. And depending on your donation, we can take a look. Think about it. In the meantime, let's get another message. Well, here I have, looks like a love reading coming up. Monogamy with beautiful. Good move, maturity. Now, already we know this is rare. As I said, I have equal number, good cards, equal number. Wait, my cat is eating plastic. Manus. But she actually reminds me I want a cough drop. I'm going to be back in 1 second. So I'm definitely not endorsing Ricola cough drops. Although I am thinking they're pretty tasty. Somebody in the store earlier was telling me to get the Fisherman Friends cherry cough drops, but I know the Fisherman Friends are not as tasty as Ricola. Fisherman Friends, oh, they're so strong, aren't they? Anyway, so I agree with beautiful, which I think I'm actually going to leave that. And let's get 2 cards. I have Ace of Pentacles. Prince of Swords. King of Swords. a whole lot of air. Isn't that a whole lot of air? Could be an air sign. Again, am I dealing with actually? No, I don't think so. This is similar vein, but different stream than what I just pulled on. I don't think my Queen of Wands is associated with summer, but we'll see. I'm not really feeling it. I'm feeling actually like whiffs that they're sort of connected, but again, we're reading for collectives. We're doing collective readings. I think it's, the same flow, but I do think it's a different stream. We have monogamy and beautiful here. The other one we had was SOS and some other things. No. This is different. Even though I have heal here, this is different. Like seeing on my other deck here, this is calling out to me Three of Swords. We will see, okay? We will see. I still have monogamy and beautiful, and the way that I see it, we have a new opportunity. This isn't going to be a fresh opportunity. This is a new opportunity, but we will find out. In fact, we're going to find out. I'm going to draw 2 cards to clarify both of these. Queen of Wands and Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, I have sweet. Looks pretty good to me. I have something that's a sweet surprise. Under an Ace of Pentacles. Isn't that nice? I have love coming your way. Emotional security, family, foolish, secrets, effed up, sly. Somebody can have an ego. Also, too, something could be up with their background. However, initially, I have a sweet surprise. This person, though, could either have a little messy personal life or their family could be effed up. I'm actually going to pull a few cards from here. Queen of Wands. I have Vata. Again, it's that body type of, I swear, it's just the same meaning. It's not necessarily, the same stream, not necessarily the same exact subject. With Star, King of Swords, Knight of Prince of Swords. This queen herself, or this person sitting in receptive energy, someone who you have to act a certain way to catch their attention. You have to make the first move. If you're not sitting in Queen of Wands energy, what you would see here, because actually this is coming towards you, but what you would see here is definitely that Vata body type. So someone who has a lot of air qualities. I'm also going to say with that King of Swords, let me pull that out one more time. I'm also going to say with King of Swords, Prince of Swords, and Vata here, feels very chatty too. Someone can talk quite well. Actually, I want to pull one more of these cards. I just want to point out that I'm feeling with this Vata, definitely could be someone tall and thin-ish, but more than that, I'm getting someone who's talkative. Especially with Sweet Surprise under Ace of Pentacles or with Ace of Pentacles, someone who can talk. Interestingly, because a Queen of Wands has all the queens, right? All the queens have substance to them. But while you could have a Queen of Cups and a Queen of Pentacles loving just because, or becoming affected just because, becoming attached just because, there has to be something more there to get a Queen of Wands attention. And I don't think it's just looks. I also don't think it's just presence here. In this energy with the Queen of Wands, I really feel the gift of gab. This person can tell stories. This person can be amusing. This person can say the right things, act the right way, but also what they say they could follow through. This person talks impressively. This person weaves stories, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I have magic. I have missing side piece movement. Well, monogamy and beautiful, that's what's been missing. Something consistent has been missing. Commitment has been missing. Plenty of people coming for a sampling, but nobody coming for substance. So here's a question for you guys to think about. Maybe I'll pull a few more cards on this, perhaps. Why not? But with this Queen of Wands, as I said, this Queen of Wands, now there's a couple ways this Queen of Wands can go. First of all, there is a sweet surprise coming. Does feel romantic. Very well with that Star, Prince of Swords, King of Swords. And this energy very well could be an Aries sign. Very well could be an Aquarius. Somebody with very strong air in their chart. Also, too, just let me call out, because I already did before, we're in Aquarius season. This is timely, okay? Even if you are not dealing with an air sign, if you are dealing with an air sign, if you meet an air sign, all of that is irrelevant because we are in Aquarius season. And in Aquarius season, there is a sweet surprise that is gearing up here. Something you can build something concrete on with monogamy and beautiful. And now either you yourself, I don't know, with that star here, what have you been wishing for? Perhaps what should you start wishing for? What should you start wishing for and creating out of the ether to form into an actual, make it concrete, make it tactile, make it haptic, something you can touch. You yourself could have the magic also too. Someone could be coming to you. I read my queens, as I said before. Maybe I didn't say it on this live, but I read my queens as cardinal signs. So I read my queens, this Queen of Wands is an Aries. Could be somebody with strong Aries placements. Could be an Aries sun, could be an Aries moon, could be Aries in the 7th house. Could be. Something like that. Anyway, think about that Vata personality traits that I went into before. And somebody literally with magic here, and also too Vata being an air element, fire and air, feels very much like you can create your own magic out of nowhere. I think it's interesting energy. I will pull 2 more cards because that's just so nice. That fell out, but I'm not going to take it. I'm going to actually go and clarify. Let's put 1 more card to Ace of Pentacles and 1 more card to Queen of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Hermit. This person could have strong earth in their chart. If they're not a Virgo sun, maybe they could be a Virgo rising. If they're not a Virgo rising, could they be a Virgo moon? I don't know if they're a Virgo moon. Maybe they have Virgo Venus, or maybe they have Virgo... maybe they're a Virgo rising. This is definitely unexpected, though. And also, too, in this energy, I'm going to say for those of you that this message would apply to, I don't think you've gotten, or you would have gotten this before. I don't think you've been truly offered someone who would want to be in commitment with you. For those of you that have been seeking stability, trust, foundation, support, true support, right? Not just face value, not love with conditions, not support with conditions, but true support, because somebody wants to see the best for you. Someone also believes in, your successes are their successes, generally rooting for you. You haven't had that. And with Queen of Wands, but you're waiting for it. You know what? There's a lot of creation here on both sides. You feel on their side, on your side. Again, this Queen of Wands with Vata magic and 2 of Wands. Also, 2 of Wands again reinforces Aries energy, and that bottom of the deck energy here of 7 of Cups. It's like a down-to-earth magician. Anyway, that's interesting here. So I think I'm going to take a break. I'm going to be back in a few minutes. We'll see how. I want to think about this one for a little bit before we go on to our next one. Our next message from Spirit. This is, I don't quite know if this is a different energy from that last one I pulled, because depending upon how you are feeling and depending upon how that person is feeling, it's like both of you could be pulling. You could be getting an entirely new person. There's also the energy in the pull here. First, you're creating what you want out of thin air. So if you're thinking about someone, that's who you're getting. About someone, right? Someone specifically. If you're just thinking about the type of relationship that you want and the type of person who you hope to meet, who you hope to be with, you're pulling that person to you. That type of person, right? Not a specific person, but there's a little bit of that energy here. Like it can go either way with someone entirely new or with someone who you know. But if you know that person, I do think there are characteristics here in this reading that should stand out. If I didn't call it the other sign, that was Capricorn. I do forget what clarified Capricorn. It was Hermit and something else. What was it? Oh, I probably have it here. No, I folded it back in. Hermit. What was Hermit clarified by? I forgot. I went through it so quickly. Well, anyway, Virgo and then, as I said, we had Aries. Could be their sun, their moon, their rising. Anyway, if anybody would like a reading, let me know. I'm here to go and pull questions for you. All that I ask is a donation. A donation to keep my cats in clean litter and keep their food bowls filled up. That was a mistake. 1 second. I'm going to go and get some tea. I'll be back in about a few minutes. And we can think about this reading before going on to the next. Oh, it's getting cold. It's getting cold. It's going to go down to the single digits tonight. Can you believe it? Is it warm where you are? It's freezing here, freezing. In the morning, it's going to be a wonderful 6 or 5 degrees if we're lucky. Why is it so cold? Why is it so cold? Okay, you can say it's winter, but it's so, so cold. I mean, I just want to sit and be warm. And of course, keep my mind active. But I just want to sit like a turtle and just put on sweater after sweater after sweater, gloves, hat. I don't care. I just want to be warm. I keep socks on all the time. Is it cold where you are? Are you, a friend of mine went to California. Not California, Florida. I have California on the brains. And
he sent me some pics of snow. He could have stayed up here for all that snow. I mean, really, snow in Florida. I used to live in Florida. And when it was 60s, I was wearing a ski jacket. A ski jacket. This is my little fire here. Rather humble, right? It's freezing. Now, are you aware of? Of course you're aware. You're listening. Things are getting spooky, aren't they? Spooky, spooky, spooky. I think they're just getting kind of, it's like a different type of consciousness. It's like a thick consciousness. I mean, it's still invisible, but it's like a thick consciousness. I mean, every day they're throwing something around in the ether. And those drones are still doing their thing. Hi. How are you? I mean, it's spooky. And then they say, I was reading an article that said they've been keeping aliens quiet. I mean, how can you get be in love? I mean, how can you just do your thing when people, you know, Congress or whatever, your reps are saying they've been hiding space aliens. Aliens! I mean, come on. And they're not BSing me. They're not BSing us. And then, I mean, you gotta think about it. I mean, are you really ready? Tell me. No matter what goes on, are you really ready to be, just for them to say, aliens are coming, the aliens are here? I mean, that's like a movie, right? I mean, it is a movie, but it's not a beginning and it's not an end. Maybe the aliens gave Trump and some other people an ultimatum. Tell everybody that we're here and we want to be friends. And I don't think that, but maybe. What would you do? What would you do? What would anybody do? I mean, come on. It's like we have to all of a sudden become like, we have to change. We have to go, oh yeah, okay, now what? And then would we be scared to go outside? I mean, it's scared to go to a nightclub. I mean, if I'm going outside to even dump out the trash, right? Garbage. Like Wednesday is garbage night. I have to drag my garbage cans, like half a lot away. And then I have to come back by myself. And I always do that late. Okay, so I may see a bear. I haven't yet, but I've seen bears. But what if there's some kind of weird looking freak out there, non-human freak? I mean, okay, but there could be. Maybe they just landed in the woods behind the house. Who knows? Maybe they're just there, watching in my window. How about you? Do you think that you could run into these? I mean, it seems to be given. They seem to like there's a deadline. Like they got to tell at us, that there are aliens everywhere, or there's aliens. Of course, there's aliens, but still, I don't want to hear it. Do you? I mean, I like to take walks in the woods. And of course, I've seen too many movies till my imagination goes wild. What do you think? What do you think? Would you be aware of something watching you? Mm. What if one of these things fell in love with you? At least, what if they said, I gotta have you? What if? And then they go there and go, are you a Cancer? Is your, I go like, and they go, and they just talk to me and they don't move their lips. And I go, oh, who are you? I go, I say to myself, be cool, be cool. And he says, what is be cool? You'd have to laugh. I mean, and I go, that means, and then like, let's say you introduce yourself and like, hi, I'm blah, blah. I'm Mystic Moons and you're alien, you're space alien. Okay. And he says something, blah, blah, blah. And then, we get past the way each other looks. Let's say that, right? We get past it. And then he said, he comes closer. And I don't freak. I go, okay, he's coming closer. And by this time, I ascertained it was a male, right? And then maybe it just started morphing into a human shape. And he said, the being said to me, is this better? I said, yeah. Well, what's, I'm like, when you ask, look like, and he says, that's good. I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to feel comfortable. Can you see that? Can you just see that? These things can happen. These things aren't just like fantasies. And we should be aware of like, we gotta be cool when they announce. I mean, do you remember that time? I think it happened. Let's see. This is 2026. I think it happened maybe like 13, 14 years ago, something like that. They mentioned that how many, planets and stuff, how many galaxies there are. And I was like, wow. I was still there with like, Jane Can Run, one of those old Barbie things. And then all of a sudden, boo, I was like, Star Trek. And it's time for us to be Star Trek again. How do you guys feel about that? I mean, come on, we have to. Are you aware that they're going to like tell you something? It could be some, stupid stuff, but it also could be something, whatever it is, we're going to have to pay attention, right? You're going to have to pay attention. And I'm going to go, well, I know where Jupiter is. It's, I'll go, it's, over there. Or I know where, and then maybe you just start talking and being friends. Who knows? And then maybe you can have a weird friend, a weird looking friend. It's possible. It's possible. And then you kind of think, well, gee, then maybe you start getting hungry and you wonder what it eats. The being eats. What do you eat? And then you feel something funny, funny. I mean, what do you eat? And then, and you feel something what they eat. Oh, there's so many things to, I mean, it's so exciting in so many ways. It's hard to keep focused because all these things could happen. And all these things that, you have to be aware of. And then once you're aware of, and then maybe he said, maybe we should meet in the daytime after you already eaten or something like that. I mean, even when you meet people from different countries, their eating habits can like, turn you on or turn you off, right? Let alone when something comes from another world, another planet. And you can go, okay, But that's one thing to be aware of is if you meet any space aliens, be careful how you ask what they eat. And you didn't want to rock the boat. You want to first friends, or not so friends. You have to. I mean, we're just gonna have a whole new category of what we should, our P's and Q's, what we have to pay attention to, and what we have to watch out for. It's true. It's true. Right? Well, it's a quiet night, isn't it? It's a quiet night. Well, that's good. The last thing you want is to be up in the mountains and it's noisy, because then it's spooky. Have you ever been up in the woods by yourself? Sometimes it's comfortable. Sometimes it's not. But you can feel the current. And the city too. The city's the same way, right? You ever going out to get coffee late at night and live in the city? Or, yeah, coffee. I mean, you can make your own coffee, but there's nothing like taking a walk at night and going to the corner and getting a cup of coffee from the all-night place. And it's a little spooky, but sometimes you just gotta get out. You just gotta get some air. And, see what happens. Right? Wow, that was my big, huge pussycat jumping over something. He's clumsy, but he's cute. That's the gray and white one. He eats lots too, but I kind of say, hey, hold off. Amorous. And I was just thinking of an amorous space alien. That's something I would watch out for. How about you? Do you think that if you met an amorous, some space alien just like, I'm here and this is nice. This air feels good. This Earth air feels good. And look at this Earth person. I mean, what would they call us? Monkeys? Or things? Or what? What? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know what. But we do know that we have to pay attention because we are getting, we're getting stirred. You know what I mean? In the United States, all over the world, with the drones. I mean, I still like, instead of talking about, in the United States, talking about who did what 50 years ago, 60 years ago, whenever it was. I feel for the families and the tragedies, etc., etc. But what are those damn things, excuse my language, in the skies? Come on. What are they? Who is it? And is it gonna, now you have to, maybe it's gonna be like the Wizard of Oz. You're gonna have some munchkin small people dressed up in space alien costumes and, coming out of the woods, coming out in your driveway, putting their big, huge head in your picture window. Once I was seeing some stuff. I was in a mountaintop house I had. And I saw quite a lot of like weird things. And I was convinced, and when it got really dark, that I wasn't the only creature around. And I honestly expected to see, from what I had already seen, I'm going into detail right now, but there could have been like some kind of, gray poking his head out, some kind of 4 feet tall thing. And I'm a tall person. So, that doesn't stop me from, being freaked by something alien 4 feet tall. But I was convinced. I was like, oh, I had to move from the mountains. I had to move to Florida. People in the mountains go back and forth from Florida to the mountains. They do that a lot. There's a bunch of us that do that. And hey, how are you? How are you? Well, let's see how generous you are since this is a spooky night. This is a night, just a donation, what you feel like doing. I mean, put some effort into it. We love each other, stuff like that. But ask the question. This is turning into a spooky night. There's an element around. I don't know. Did you maybe there's a spirit or something outside or something. I don't know. There's something around. But Izzy asked a question and put something in the, Cash App or, buy me a coffee. Cash App would be great if you could do that. This cat food is low. Low, low, low. But anyway, getting back to weird things outside. There could be weird things in the city too, but when the city there's so many people around, you don't feel that alien energy like you do out in the country. The sticks. In the sticks. And people that go back and forth, the country, the city, the country, the city, like yo-yos. I mean, you're kind of always ready to hop from one to the other. So I don't want to go in the city right now. I mean, not right now. It's a little spooky. Well, it's spooky everywhere. That's what I mean. You feel this spook energy. Spooky energy. I don't know. I just do. I just do. Sometimes I feel in the daytime too. People have been like, ooh, oh, look at this bright light. Look at this light. Flame is so beautiful. Except for in California, they've been having lots of flame. That's too much flame for me. And you. Ooh. Some spooky person I was looking, I didn't turn on the video, but they were saying that there's going to be more bonfires. I said, oh, I didn't want to watch it. I said, hey, what is this crap? What is it? What is it? But Izzy, if you're still there, show your generosity and ask the question. That's all. I'm not kind of like hanging loose tonight. You know what I mean? I'm not. Well, I'm trying to gain control of my. What gain control of my what? Just the air, the currents, seeing what messages are around. That's all. Look at this smoke. Isn't it beautiful? Ooh, blue smoke. Blue smoke. Some people say that reptilians are blue. Can you imagine that? Blue. Not, and I think they were, well, they're not green, even though I got to show you this drawing, this painting drawing I'm doing. I haven't finished it, but I did put a green reptilian, green, but someone said they're blue. Maybe this kind of blue. I love incense. I wonder who else likes incense. Do you? Look at this stuff. Isn't it beautiful? Would it be nice to have like a sculpture that just moved like that? Oh, I have to show you guys something I'm working on again. But it's big. It's big. I think I have to change the setting a little bit on the table because it's tall. But I'm working on a spirit, another movement spirit. I was working in that smaller one while I'm doing a bigger one. And I'm trying to get that spirit to be walking. I'm going to have to crack some more mirrors. Usually, I like glass now. Glass. I'm a glass freak. Glass and wires. and paints. Isn't that nice? Well, I think I'll put this out. Ooh, oops, it did again. It wants to burn. It wants to burn lots. Okay, now I put it out. I put it out. Well, how are you? Anyone want to say hi to me? I won't bite. I'm just, you know, spending my Friday night, Saturday morning, early Saturday morning, you and I together on a chat. I'd like to do a readings if you want. I already did a bunch. A bunch. Slip of the tongue. But I'm really thinking of the earlier reading I did about 80 years of keeping space. The reality, and NASA has been keeping it quiet. You know, NASA has been like gaming us for a long time. You know, NASA was started by some of Hitler's scientists. You know that, don't you? I think there's von Braun. I don't know what it's Hermann. His first name could be Hermann von Braun. And he was a Nazi person, or in the Hitler Brigade of scientists. And they've been keeping quiet. It's 80 years. I mean, and how long before that? You gotta ask yourself, I mean, what was the purpose? We're going around going he, and they're going he. Right? Okay. So, these are almost like balancing each other, like the moon and the sun. Ooh, maybe that could be like the sun, and this could be a planet. I love astronomy and astrology. I do. Do you? Do you like it? I like it lots. I was reading this. I wonder who writes some of these articles that you read. It just seems so like they're missing something. Like, like a piece of toast. You put a piece of bread and you get it toasted, but you need something on the toast, right? Butter, jam, oil, something. That's what these, when you read a lot of stuff, I guess maybe because they have machines doing all the writing. They don't know that we humans, you and I, we like to have a little fun. We like to we like to have things layered. Spirits love these things. They love these tinges. They love the sound. Sometimes it's a bit clangy. It's beautiful too. Isn't it funny how certain human cultures like clingy things, and others like a lot of bass? Some of us like a lot of trumpets, violins. It's beautiful music. Well, I guess my need to know question. Well, everyone, don't be shy. You shouldn't be shy. Our realities could change so quickly, so quickly. But I'd just like to know, how are they going to tell us about it, them, those, the twinklies? What if these space aliens twinkled? I know some of them do twinkle. They twinkle. Maybe those that can't bring their complete bodies twinkle. Or maybe those that have a higher energy twinkle. I mean, they twinkle in front of you. A lot of indigenous fairy tales, which are kind of harsh, but they always talk about star people, star people. Do you know any star people? Mm. I think there are star people. I guess we're going to find out, right? What are they going to call them? They're going to call them what's that with these words? We could make them up. But the Pleiades or Pleiades? I don't know. You know, one of those Glees. I know they call them drakes, some of them. Anunnaki, everybody knows that. What else? What else? Give me some. Help me out here, people. Help me out with these names that they call these beings. What are they going to call it? Alpha Centaurian? No, that's a galaxy. Is that Alpha Centaurian? That's a galaxy, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe. That is a galaxy that's next to the Milky Way. But what if the ones are right in the Milky Way? I think it's weird. Oh, and you know what I thought was kind of humorous? Now, you remember when I did this drawing? Where was it? Ah, this. Remember when I was writing, let's do a little Stargate, and we were like playing a game, sort of? Playing a game. And then Trump goes and calls his new AI initiative that he says he has $500 billion to throw at AI data centers. And then Elon Musk goes, says, no, you don't even have, maybe you have like 1 billion or 10 billion, but you don't have 500 billion. But they call it Stargate. See, we're on something here. We're on something. Yes, something strange is going on. But look at that. I drew that, a couple weeks ago, trying to like mind warp, mind leap, mind melt with someone, a new friend. And we did. But I was thinking Stargate, and there's a Stargate. And then Trump goes, yes, it's Stargate. Hi, CG. There is something strange. And that's what we're feeling. I mean, how long? They're not going to keep us in the dark too much longer. They're not. When you have sex magazines, well, more or less fluff magazines like the Daily Mail, saying stuff. They don't do too much science. Saying NASA and the DOD, the U.S. Department of Defense, saying we've been keeping 80 years quiet about aliens. And there's not just one type. So it's weird. It's weird. Things are getting weirder. And And then this whole thing a bit about it blows my mind that people like to say drips and dribbles, and they can't say, the whole A to Z thing. Just lay it out. Come on. Stop teasing me. It's like giving you little chips and when you want to eat a meal, here's some more potato chips. Here's some chips. Like we're squirrels or something. Yeah. Just weird. I heard something that in China that they are having a problem with keeping pigs alive. Well, only to kill them and eat them, but that's beside the point. They're saying that the way that they've gotten over their pig crisis is to make bigger and bigger and bigger pigs. Like dinosaur size, not quite, maybe like horse size pigs, giant pigs. And then they go, well, we can make big ducks. Could this be how, big things happened ages and ages and ages ago? It's possible, isn't it? Anything is possible. I mean, you can't say nothing is too far out. Nothing is too far out. It's like, hey, everything is on the picnic table. Everything is on the picnic table and up for grabs. Everything, right? CG, what do you think's going on? What kind of strange thing do you think's going on? It's something. I mean, I'm open for suggestions. You don't have to be tight-lipped. It's just us here. You can just be as far out or, not sounding as you want, because something is going to be revealed. They're toying with us, like they're like putting rattles and snacks. Yes, I know, but now they're just going, hey, it's bigger, so there'll be more of it. Like, I need a huge, like, tomato. It's the size of a pumpkin. I mean, and then why do you stop at the size of a pumpkin? Make it as big as a motorcycle, right? A pumpkin. I mean, it's just weird. It's just strange. And then we're all supposed to be there grinning. I have this visual series. I just did like little, sketches of it. I haven't done it yet, completely blown up big. But it's like doing everything, going through life stuff, but always having a happy face on, like a Happy Meal face. Isn't it? It's kind of like where we're at now. Isn't that weird? It's weird. I think it's weird. And we can't say that word enough. We can't say that word enough. Really. I saw some footprints in the snow today, and I said, either that's a moose, a big moose, or some kind of strange human or something. I mean, who made those footprints? It's one thing you get into when you live in the mountains when it snows. Excuse me. You wonder about who made those footprints. Who, is that what is it? Is it a wildcat? Could be. I think mountain lions, because they said there used to be lots of mountain lions here, so we'll give you a few more. As if we don't have enough. They have bobcats for sure. Now I wonder if mountain lions would eat bobcats, or give them a good bite, good chase. Who could climb higher? I guess a bobcat could, right? I don't know. What do you think? Does anybody live in the woods like I do? Are you a wood elf? When I see the snow has been outside, it reminds me of those ice cream sandwiches that they have. Some ice cream sandwiches, you got to be careful to buy them, because some of them just, they don't melt. I mean, they don't melt. I mean, you can have an ice cream sandwich, you can leave it out, and it stays the same. Yeah? It stays the same. People don't care. People don't care what they do. It's like, why are you in the food business when you're so sloppy or so something weird? It's almost as though, I guess the trick is when everything's contaminated, like you say, CG. Maybe we just don't eat anything too much, just enough. I think, what do you need, like 5 almonds a day? You can get too skinny with that. A sandwich. Well, then it has to be non-contaminated, hopefully. Ah, you're a hermit Virgo. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I love Virgos. Yeah. Well, at least when you're a hermit Virgo, what you're going to see. who are you going to deal with, right? You know. Because you never know that. One thing about like space aliens, the ones that are running around, I firmly believe there's, things running around. Besides under the ground, I don't think they're in the trees or stuff. Of course, I don't know. But the ones that we see, I mean, they're like, if they can cloak things to make things invisible, right? They can cloak things to be like, look like us, right? Yeah, they can look like us. Human. They can be humanoid. Now, I'm a hermit Pisces. Well, you heard too, haven't you? That you know about clones, right? You know about clones, and there's clones that you spend like $5,000 clones. There's $15,000 clones. There's clones that last 2 weeks. There's clones that maybe just last a couple days, and depending on how much you pay for it, they can make these things, and they call them, some of them, the quickie ones that don't last long. They call them sleeves. Sleeves. It's weird, right? Sleeves. It's like, like Jello. I mean, you can have pudding, but you can have Jello too, right? I mean, it's dessert. Or you can have pie. You can have cake. It's kind of the same thing with anything, a recipe, right? It's kind of gross analogy, but I told you I took gross anatomy for a year once at a reputable school. And, I would have never thought the human body could look so, I don't know the word, common, not common, like any piece of, like so butchered. Of course, it's gross anatomy, it's deception. But if people can do that to, like I have a friend of mine, she donated her body because I didn't see my friend being dissected. No, I keep it like sterile. I don't go for that. I mean, I kind of appreciated life more with all that. I first walked into the lab. But I'm just saying, like, anything is possible when you get to that level. I mean, after I took the class for a while, I got quite comfortable hanging out with specimens. I'll put it that way. And you can get comfortable with anything, I suppose. You can. Which is why these people, NASA and the military, have kept aliens quiet all this time. There's this woman. Her name is Linda Moulton Howe. As far as I can remember, she's been like talking about aliens and alien abduction. I think her dad was an aerophysicist and let's see, how do you say it? He was involved in aero engineering, astro engineering. He was involved in the engineering part of astrophysics. I'll put it that way. And so she's grew up in this environment, and she's always been in this environment. She's old now. So I mean, I've listened to her from time to time, and she said there's 5 types of space aliens that she knows about, and she's never changed her tune. She's always been into alien life, alien abduction, everything, anything that was like non-human extraterrestrial, she's into it. And she said there's 5 types. And one type she said is, is the insect race. Insect race. No, that would scare me a bit. But and somebody else said this guy named Stephen Greer. Stephen Greer. He was saying that what saves us, or give humans their longevity. Of course, I don't think like 6,000 years is longevity, but it's because we're like pack animals. We're like xenophobic. We're xenophobic. We're xenophobic. We shoot first and ask questions later. Yes, they've taken over. That's the whole thing. And maybe that's why they're using AI. Maybe that's why they're using, machines. Oh, wait, listen to this. Listen to this. This is interesting. Okay. Okay. Now, there's this guy who's also very much into, he's eccentric, but he's interesting as anything. Anyway, he was saying that, like, when they talk about AI right now, they're talking about AI in the future, like 15 years down the line, right? But they're making it seem like slam bang right here, right now. But another thing is, he was saying that, now, the thing is, like a lot of these quantum processors, these chips, these AI chips, these machines, they need to be frozen, right? They need 60 below zero. So all of the energy and the money goes on the refrigerators. But let's check this out, because they don't want any heat to interfere with the gadgets moving around. Boom, 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 boom. And then when a thing gets frozen enough, it starts to agitate. But listen to this. They're using, okay, so maybe they have a new processor, right? The hardware. But they're using like antiquated software. They don't have the software yet. They haven't built that out yet. So they're using the same old. And anyone who has a computer, a laptop, a telephone, you gotta have like new stuff. You can't, okay, it's like a new car with old stuff and old engine. You can't do that. It doesn't work. And he also said this is the way they do it. The scientists, the gods, new gods. He is saying that now they run an experiment. Once everything is super frozen, they jiggle up and go. They do it like 5 or 6 times, and then whatever consistency, the closest thing is consistency. Like let's go. Think of like when you're like little kids. Okay, think little kids, little children. You got a hole for the square, a hole for the triangle, a hole for the circle, right? That kind of puzzle, like a puzzle. Now, whatever out of the 6 times they do it, whatever shape, now mind you, shape is consistent. That's the answer. And then that's the answer. Now, come on, you and I can sit here and like guess away. And they're acting like, brilliant. Isn't that stupid? That's stupid. That's pretty friggin' stupid, isn't it? 80% on a gamble. And they're using old software with like, good, new outsides. Maybe a new refrigerator, the same old stuff. So, everybody's scrambling around for like, I'm better than you. I know more than you. I'm king. I'm queen. But the point is, we're all in the same boat. We're all trying to seek guidance with the spirit. And then, okay, so, that's the state of AI right now, even though they're going, ooh, like, we might as well go like Planet of the Apes. Ooh. Same thing. But now we have a toaster or something. So, it's like, wait a second. Don't get bogged out with the rhetoric, because we're not there. And then again, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while to develop this, and that. In the meantime, they're trying to get you into thinking Well, I got nothing to hide. Unpredictable. Mediocrity. Mediocrity is believing the same shit they tell you. Well, excuse my language. Excuse my language. I don't mean to do that. The same baloney they're always telling you. Yeah. They could be walking around dark. Now, you would think that with eyes, some of those grays with eyes that big, or those pupils that big, the sunlight would hurt their eyes. Maybe that's why Billy Gates wants to dim the sun. Oops, sorry. Maybe that's why he wants to dim the sun. All right? Because his pals, the sunlight is too bright. Not for us, for them. Them. One of those old 50 movies, like, big spiders or big ants or, some kind of insect. And lo and behold, if the insect race was saying, make a movie about us, and they go, okay, we'll do that. Funny, right? Well, anybody like a reading? We can find out if space. Are you going to be contacted by an alien? Are you going to be? We all will be at some point, right? I mean, remember when they first came out with, smartphones? I mean, it's like any type of thing, right? I mean, what else is there? I guess it'd be like a fashion thing, wide leg pants, skinny jeans. Could be like anything like that. Same thing. But you know what, CJ, they haven't taken, it's impossible to take over humans. It really is. I mean, you could scare humans shitless, scary. But I don't want to use that. I'm going to keep my language clean. You can scare humans by going, boo. But I'm sucking in the lotion, sir. But if you gain control of your vagus nervous system, which is our center of control, and you realize, well, there's people that's going to go boo to me, and they expect me to jump. They trigger me. There's always somebody out there. It could be a human, it could be anybody who wants to trigger you, right? They want to see you laugh. They want to see you, be scared. They want to see a response. Because the worst thing, like an egotist, I'm going to say an egotist or a person, a controller, a controlling person, they don't want you not to do anything. And if you get in touch with your vagus, VAGAS, nervous system, which we all have, it's our mind, it's our heart, and it's our digestive system. It's a central control. It's like what raises our frequency level. Which, I mean, I think if you have control. See, they can't control that totally. And not if we stick together. Not if we stick together. No, I definitely felt that I was tagged years ago. I felt I was tagged. I had this weird experience in Switzerland, and it was weird. It was weird. And I felt they tagged me. But then I didn't, I was too wild. I was at random. I mean, my energy level was all over the place. And I mean, I was looking for something when I was running around. I mean, looking for a philosophy that I could, pick up and get some, bite my teeth into or wear, feel comfortable with. I just wasn't feeling comfortable with the philosophy that I had already, came across. So I went looking for philosophies. And then I found out it's kind of weird. Different countries you can have the same philosophy in one country, and in another country, it's different. The same philosophy. So it's really interesting how we, different tribes of people pull things together. Yes. I think it's Vagas. Vagas. It doesn't matter. You look it up. I mean, you'll get it. As long as you say Vagus nerve. Vagus nerve. Yeah. And it's the center. It's the center of everything. It's the center of control. And so many times you can feel yourself, oh my God, I'm losing it, I'm losing it, I'm losing it. But if you lose it, you got to find it and you got to gain control. Because we're going to have a lot. I mean, it's already started. Space age. I mean, not space age. Star Trek is here. And that's what Mystic Moons tries to. We hit a lot of topics, but we try to Mystic Moons, we want to hit upon this cosmicness. And we're not trusting any type of space aliens just because they're space aliens. We don't do that. No. Not that we trust any, we have to make sure that we have the same alignment. And that's important. And it's hard to find the same alignment because, as soon as you start, see, it's people that get up in the morning, they go to work, they come home, they eat, put the television on, they go to sleep, blah, blah, blah. They wash, they brush their teeth. Same thing day in and day out. And they just say, this is the routine. But what we're into right now is changing everything. Everything is changing. Everything is changing. It's like, yeah, you can do that routine, but that's not going to stop the alien disclosure, the extraterrestrial disclosure. And then all of a sudden, like these drones, I mean, as I said, I want to know more about these drones that I care about, like what happened in the 60s. Okay. What happened in the 60s? Like, I didn't believe, when you read about, say Oswald did shoot JFK, John F. Kennedy. Now, I mean, I've listened to so many videos and stuff like that Oswald supposedly was a CIA operative. A lot of little boys, teenagers, they want to be agents. They want to be secret agents. They want to be, they like it. They want to be cops. They like it. It's adventurous. They've had, how many TV shows do they have? Good cop, bad cop, things. So they have all this. And then, a lot of people like to do that. They like to, they fantasize themselves as being saving people. Well, Oswald was kind of like that. I mean, he did get a lot of clearances and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know how you and I could do stuff like that. I mean, ask the newcomers, the illegal aliens, how they feel, And I mean, it's just, it's padding. It's padding. So, I mean, the whole storyline, and then nothing ever made sense. And then, the particulars. Well, not to go into all of that. Let's get, we're here 2025. And the year of the snake, too. This is a perfect year for disclosure. And then, too, what I'm just trying to say is like everything's changing. Everything changes. Everything changes. So the most important thing we have to be is to watch out for those people who are unwilling to like accept it. I mean, calm down. There are like life on other planets, and we live in the universe. We don't just live in Mayberry or New York City or Mayberry, or we live in on the planet, and you don't know what other people call this other beings. Extras call this planet either. They don't. We call it Earth, but what do they call it? You know, it's the same thing in different languages. Not everybody says USA. Like in Spanish, Estados Unidos is not like United States. I mean, they're not saying United States. They're saying it in their language. So, but you know, there's lots of stuff. Like first and then you just think about everything that's been happening. It's just weird. Maybe a lot of space aliens came in when they had the borders all open. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe Joe Biden was a space alien. Maybe he was a robot. Who knows? He certainly walked funny. No, it's very strange. Very strange. Oh, don't feel defeated. Don't feel defeated. No, no. I mean, it is a drag. I mean, first of all, you know, once you realize that somebody put a bag over our heads, right? I mean, we're walking around with paper bags on our heads and going, "Oh, this is pretty. This is pretty. This is nice," and then you just have to kind of calm down because I mean, we've been through a lot of corruption, right? Power is corrupting. It is. But then, like, even now, thinking that we're going to get certain things done, and it's not likely. It's not likely. But we can go step by step, and what can we do? And what can we do for each other? All right? Can we make somebody happy? Right? And, okay, so I see a space alien. I see like some Robocop coming down and like, you know, all people go in the monotone, scratchy, you know, computer voice, whatever they do, whatever is being said. And you see the way that it's going. Well, you just say, I don't like it. I see the way things are going. I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, I don't like the fact that we're getting, what is the purpose of having machines? We know the purpose is control. But it's a hollow control. And then too, if you got your psychic abilities together, if you work on them and you strengthen them, and you connect with others who into controlling their psychic abilities, because there's always going to be people who are going to be developing their clairvoyancy, their telepathy, and there's like 10 other things, 11 other things. And they're going to develop their special extra psychic abilities. And there's always, no matter how many machines, how many robots are running around, there's going to be a group of people that are doing that because that's part of the human experience. And concentrating, and not being, fear makes the lower elements, you know, the defeat is a lower energy thing. Defeat brings, it's easy to feel defeated because there's always someone smarter and brighter and faster than you, right? However, outside of all that, there's many parts of the puzzle. And not every puzzle piece goes on top of each other. You understand what I'm saying? It's dispersed. And together, you get an image, you get a feeling, you get a shield. So there's no reason to feel defeated. I mean, the economy is falling apart. We know that. They're not even interested in pulling it together. Strong words. I mean, will it be in time? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. And not knowing is also a source of strength, because then you can put your energy in a certain way. You don't have to. You don't know. I mean, what if you just like? What if there are many dimensions? There are many dimensions, and the powers that be would like to assume that you only hang out in a narrow pocketbook that they place us in. You know, it's like we're like ice cubes. You know, boop 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 boop. Right? But it's more complicated. It's much more complicated, and they feel that most of us are too stupid to even figure that out. Too stupid. Well, if anyone would like a reading, you should let me. You should let me know. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Mm. Mm. Yeah, we're gonna have to really be careful about when they start to say, yes, people, we've had alien technology. We know it already. We know it. We know it. We got bloody eyes. We could see. Now tell us, what do they look like, and when they come out, and what do they eat? That's all. What do they eat? I want to know. Maybe that's why they've been taking all this food recalling, recalling chickens, recalling soups, eggs, cookies even. Are they feeding the aliens? Maybe the aliens like snacks. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what those aliens like? Do you think that before Valentine's Day they're gonna? It's still working on it. They were supposed to come out and say about space aliens. I have to say space aliens. Okay, extraterrestrials. That sounds too like laundry soap. Space aliens. They've been talking about it since November, and now it's December, January. 2 months later, they're still talking about it. But they're going to tell us. They're going to tell us what. And then I think that's really what are you going to be, now we're aware that they're going to be telling us about space aliens. Now, I'll let you know the ones that I have to be scared of. Or maybe and you know what they're going to also see? Now, in theory, they gave some of those space aliens, they gave us to them for experimentation, maybe for food, who knows, for lusting after. And then people are even saying, and I kind of agree with them, that even you take the Roman gods, the Greek gods, the Vikings gods, but these were like space aliens. These are, and those are the human looking ones, right? But I wonder about the kids of the children of Lilith. That's her. She mated with a demon. I guess a demon would be somebody that didn't look like her. someone, she had a hubby who didn't look like her, wasn't of the same species. So they probably could look like anything. They must be by species. By species. Well, you gotta make a like basically. If you go through a tough time, CJ, you still gotta what do you want? You can whine, you can cry, and we all do. We all do. And it feels good sometimes, but we still know that we gotta pull this crap together. We have to make something out of this. We have to realize that we've been, told us stories. They've been fooling with our heads. They've been fooling with our hearts. And they continue the game, right? They continue with playing games on us. Well, did you listen to my couple of videos I did about? I found out. You know the word maga. You know the word maga. Well, it's a Latin word. It means sorcerer. You understand? It means magician, and it's a common word. It's a word in Portuguese, Spanish, Italian. It's in the Latin languages. Latin, right? It's the base. They also have it in Sanskrit. Sanskrit, mind you. In Sanskrit, it means sorcerer of the sun, of the planetary sun. So I mean, people are going on and they're like, we're saying this word, right? They're just throwing this word at us, and then you sit onto your gum, your treats. But this is something else I found out about, and I'm shocked, really shocked, that they just keep dumbing us down. That the word maga is also a fifth degree Satanist in their Church of Satan. Somebody told me this, and I said, you're crazy. You're crazy. And then I went and I looked it up. Look it up. Fifth degree. Go look at it. And I'm not religious, by the way. But anyway, I'm certainly not into Satan shit. Excuse me, Satan stuff. Anyway, go look it up. The Church of Satan. The fifth degree, which is the high. You can't even join it, right? You can't even join it. They pick their people. That's what it's called, MAGA. That's their spokesman for the group. What do you think of that? Now, that isn't a slap in the face, and they're still trying to tell you all this crap about MAGA supporters. What does that mean? Satanists? What? What is this? What is this crap? I mean, somebody's playing around. And then you take with the red hat. You've heard of the Hopi Indian, the Hopi Indians in North America, right? You heard about this. Now, this is old. This is old stuff. I've done readings on this, but you can find these things. And there's a red hat is a legend. It's a legend. It's a prophecy put out by the Hopis. Go check it out. Go check. I mean, you could feel that they're just throwing this stuff like we're as stupid as stupid. Oh, aloha. How are you, Tiaka? How are you? Thank you very much. I'm so nice to hear from you. Good. I'm so glad you're feeling well. Nice. Did you have a good day? Oh, and thank you so much. Good. Oh, yes. I was, I have a little cold, but I'm taking cherry fruit things. But I'm good. I'm working on something new. I just finished making a blouse, and it's nice. I made a flannel shirt. It's pretty. It's nice. I'm gonna post a picture of what I did. And I'm also making some kind of sculpture thing. It's nice. It's like spirits. I think, yeah, I feel good. I want to just try and get through. It's so cold. It's like a couple degrees below zero. I mean, it's getting colder and colder. It's like 2 degrees outside. Look, I swallowed wrong. Thank you. Yes, I am ready for the spring. Yeah, I swallowed my cough drop wrong. It's okay. Yeah, I went out for a walk yesterday, and wow, my whole body felt all that cold air coming in. But I do have a little, a little sniffles, but it's not serious. Is it cold where you are? Probably not. Ooh, that's cold. That's cold. That's cold. 13 degrees minus. Oh, that's so cold. I mean, I have the warmest clothes and I have lots of warm things, but when you go out, you can't dress like a snowman. I do. I mean, sometimes I do, but when you go shopping, because here we have to bag our own groceries and bring our own shopping bags and stuff. So we can look like the Michelin Man, suit, or like the Pillsbury Doughboy very easily with all the types of, things you got to put on. And then I have this like 8-foot scarf I wrap around. Let me get a tissue. I'll be right back. I'm still looking for my tissues. Where are you, tissues? No, that's okay. That's okay. Do you want me to show you what I've been working on? Of course, let me go get it. It's cool. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Now, I think I probably showed you before the smaller one. Okay? The small one. Now, the whole thing about the smaller one, I just worked on it some more tonight. So I didn't clean it up yet, but I already showed you this one, right? I showed you this one. Now, these are spirits, right? These spirits. Okay, great. Now, this one is a bigger one. Oh, you can't see it. I'm not going to set it on fire or anything. See, this is the bigger one. Oh, you can't see it that well. I have to move things around. But it's big. It's big. It's big. It's big. It's big. It's big. And I have to show you. I have to take a picture of it. But it's big. And it's now the thing is with these, you see it's kind of thick. It's well, you can't see that well. I can't. It's kind of thick. See, it's kind of thick. Anyway, I have to take a picture because it's too big to put on this table. Anyway, the point that these things are is to have a sculpture, right? That walks, that moves towards you. So you get the sensation that it's coming towards you. It's like it's a spirit. It's a spirit sculpture. And to have the spirit just coming like, walking to you. Coming like that. And then with the flickering, the reflective stuff, the flashing, coming towards you. That's the kind of, that's the idea. I'll have to, I'll have to post it so you can see, because it's about 4 times as bigger. It's about 4 times bigger than this piece here, this piece. And it's just, all flashy, just walking to you, coming, like, ooh, flashing. And then you could slow motion, because it's slow motion. But that's the whole premise between that whole idea. And yeah, it's coming along. I have to be careful I don't cut myself, but I'm pretty good with that. Once in a while, I cut myself. Accidentally, of course. But the thing is, when you put them all over, it puts reflections on the ceiling. It puts reflections on the walls. And it's like, it puts like a diamond prism type, prism, and it gives colors off too. It's weird. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm like. I want to get it done. I want to get it done. But as I said, I think I have to crack another mirror. But I like to work with like reflections. Sometimes I just order glass from, Walmart, and I just crack it up. Of course, I can always go into a store and buy a mirror and just crack it before you just say, hey, I'll buy that mirror, but let me crack it. Funny, right? That's funny. Why are you cracking that glass? Because I need it cracked. That's why. No, but we have to think of terms of like, gee, just think about like when they really say yes, there are, full disclosure, they're gonna like change every single thing, every single part of our lives are going to be changed, and they're just waiting. They're just waiting. Yeah, well, that's the whole thing is, thank you. Yeah, it's not, when I actually had an experience of something like that happened. And it was like something that was happy coming towards me, but I took a little, I became a little chicken. And I thought like, no. Do not come right in front of me. Do not come right in front of me. But it felt nice. It felt like a good spirit. And that's what I'm trying to show, that, that we can bridge dimensions. We can bridge dimensions. And that's what we have to do. We don't have to be fearful. We don't have to be, we can just take things one step at a time and strengthen ourselves. And it never stops wanting you to be stronger. That's just the way it is. Just the way it is. But it's kind of but I just wish that we as humans would just pull it together, collectively, a little bit better. And Well, we shall see. We shall see. Right? Waiting for what? Ah, waiting for disclosure. We're just thinking of all the things we'd have to be aware of. Like, um, in November, the U.S. said they were going to disclose if they're aliens or not. Now they're saying, and they've been like, the drones are everywhere, and they want to tell us where these drones have come from. So they released bits and pieces of information, like NASA's on board to tell us, the people, the deal, and the who's been keeping it quiet is the Department of Defense, the U.S. Department of Defense. In every country, they know they have them. It's not just us, United States. And that's the whole thing there, how it's going to change our awareness and, things that we have to be uptight about or things that we should just have to, our sense of aware or beware is going to change. That's going to change, right? So that's what we're really waiting. And the fact that they said they've had the Department of Defense is saying, some members are saying, NASA too, that for 80 years, they have been dealing with these aliens. 80 years. I mean, when's that? 80 years. That's, what is that, the 50s or the 40s? The 40s, right? Yeah. Since the 40s, they've been dealing with space, alien races from the 40s. The United States says they have. And I mean, I saw pictures of during World War II, Hitler had those, flying saucers and stuff. And, we all have seen that. But yeah. Well, now they're finally coming clean. It's like they're telling us to deal with it, right? Because, they want to say, where do these drones in the sky, where do they come from? That's what I mean. Where do these drones come from? Yes. Yes. Well, they didn't. I mean, we do know. You've seen some of these. Well, not the technology. They may have killed the people or the beings that brought them here, but I mean, look at you've been on Delta. You've been on an airplane. Obviously, yes, we all have. I mean, this is nothing like an airplane. These things are going fast and they're big. They're big. They're large, and they can stop. They can stop in the middle, and they're not helicopters. We've already been through that. They go, and I myself have seen these things. I have seen these things. And I pretend I didn't see them, but I've seen them. And in fact, the one time I was not more than 20 feet away. It was 20 feet higher on the tree, the base of it, and went right over my house. And I was outside. First, I was outside because it was in the winter. And this thing, and this big, huge light, big, huge light, coming from up top, I was on in the mountains. And we have different cliffs. I wasn't at the very top of the mountain, but I was high up there. And right on the top of the mountain of the trees, those pine trees they have. And I saw this light come from about a mile and a half away. And it just came. And I said, wow, that's strange. Right on top of the the pine trees, these big ones. And then I'm just standing on top of my deck when I came down from the deck, and I'm just going, look at that. And it's coming towards me. And I was the only house on that area. The nearest house, there wasn't any house, just me. And I'm out on the deck, and it was all glass. It was a house, just wood and glass, all glass and some wood. So, there was no place to hide from outside. And but I was still outside. And and it was coming towards me, this big light. And it was coming closer and closer and closer. And I was just like, I didn't hear anything. Quiet. It was quiet. Quiet. Not even nothing, nothing, nothing. And it was the weirdest experience. It went right over my head. Right over my head. And I looked up and it had a circular thing in the base of it. It was a saucer. It was, it was anti-gravity saucer, not a damn sign, not a sign, no, a sound. And then not on the outside rim of it, but inside, inside the base of the saucer, there was this light going, flashing colors, flashing, going around and around and around and around and around. No noise. And I was just flipped. And I ran inside, and I tried to hide, but I tried to hide. I was flipped. I even called the state police, state troopers, and reported the incident. Of course, they thought I was, bonkers. But it was quiet. And then I would see them repeatedly. A few of them, they were like, because I was on a cliff, and there's the house, and then there's a cliff. I mean, there's a house, and then you walk about 30 feet, and it's like a drop, right? Like maybe a couple 100 feet. Biggie, but you have to be careful. And so something would come from the top of obviously they come from top of the trees a mile and a half away, and then they go past my place, and then they would like use that clip to go, and it was quiet. And that's that. I had to move. It was just unsettling. It was unsettling. But I don't know. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's like before they would just take people that had experience like myself like that and just say, you're bonkers. But now they're not. Now they're saying, no, but now everybody's seeing those drones. There's this, there's that, there's this, there's that. And yes, Chaka, where are they coming from? I mean, where did they, I mean, why are they, what is the secret? Why are they so secret about it? Why are they so secret? Yes. Since they, you had like, I mean, you can look at the documentaries about like Hitler, World War II, and he was doing a lot of research at at either Antarctica or the Arctic. In fact, they even made some cartoon series on those things. The Red Army, they called them the Red Army. I think in Dragon Ball Z, which is they use a lot of like Japanese anime. They use a lot of like papers, scientific papers as the theming. The early ones, I don't mean the ones lately, but the theming for those adventures. And anyway, they've had things. Yeah, so Hitler had it, obviously, because I mean a patent was sent. If you listen to like Stephen Greer, he says that there's a patent that's from the 50s, the early 50s, about anti-gravity. That's the 50s. And we've been going around with, 20 something miles to the gallon, talking about all these stupid things when they're just like having this kind of advanced society. And since NASA's getting tired of NASA, for some reason, they want us to be on par. They want us to advance to the fact that they are UAPs, UFOs, alien life. So if they have reversed technology, who gave it to them, and why didn't they share it? And they all these countries, France has it, China has it, Russia has it, they all have it. And then that if these countries have it, right, then they're gangsters. They're the good guys have it, the bad guys have it of every country, because scientists are like musicians that work for anybody who gives them funding. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that it's something going on, and we don't know. We don't know. I mean, we can speculate among ourselves. That was what we're being left to do. But and even the fact that, I mean, as you mentioned, this whole magic, magic, magic. Why are they using the word maga? Maga is Latin for magic, magician, sorcerer. Why are they? I mean, I'm confused. I really am confused. Why are they, gaslighting us about, like, they want to say something's. I mean, then CERN too, with all those, their weird dances and goblins and stuff, spirit dancing. Lots going on. Lots of like, ooh, like, Halloween stuff. Lots of Halloween stuff, right? Well, something is go. Well, we do know that we've seen these things. Everybody has now copies of drones in the sky. We have them. We have those copies. Those videos. They're discussing it. They're talking about it, and we know that we're not the only. We're not the only ones. We live in the cosmos. We live in the universe. We know that. And if Hitler got those things right in the Second World War, and also too, the Defense Department wants to tell us about how they've been attacked by them too, because they damaged their vehicles, their equipment, and they've also put trackers in people, stuff like that. So I mean, and obviously, like Linda Moulton Howe, she says they've given them some aliens. They've given them rights to take us and experiment on us. And as I said, her father is into aero engineering, and he's into that type of thing from birth. So she's been in that business. Their family has. It's like a family business. So yeah. So I mean, it changes their whole idea of what to be aware and what not to be aware of. It just changes everything. Yes, many races, many races. And she says, I mean, there's an insect race. There's supposed to be the tall whites, like really white people, really white, white, white. And then there's, the reptilian races. And the reptilian races, uh, they're supposed to have like blue skin, not green skin, blue skin and light blue, not dark blue. And then there's different types of, I think they call them Dracos. There's different types of reptilian, there's more peaceful ones, there's more muscular ones, there's more antagonistic ones. I mean, there's like, like humans. There's like, there's fat ones, there's skinny ones, humans. It's just, there's more bulk ones, more muscular ones, there's more aggressive ones. I mean, we're in for like, a whole new set of what to feel spooky about and what to pay attention to. Our whole thing is going to change. Our whole thing is going to change. Fishtails, you. Yes. Oh, yeah. Exactly. There's ones that live on the surface. There's ones that live under the ground. And there's ones that live in the water. Right. Right. I mean, maybe we've been treated with like, who's that? Mermaids and mermen, but hey, there's things. There's lots of things. I mean, beings, and just it's. I mean, it's very exciting. It's too exciting. It's too exciting, maybe, but yeah. So it's like, wow. I mean, very very soon. Very very soon. We're going to be hearing some more and more stuff. I mean, maybe they're softening, getting United States people ready, which, first of all, showing nastiness of humans, like I guess like showing that who killed JFK and who killed Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy, blah blah blah. Maybe they're just showing the range of where we've been or where we are human nature, because we know human nature is human nature. But they're going to say now these other race of extraterrestrials, aliens, space aliens, you know, we did this to our own, so we can't blame these aliens for doing this to us. Something like that. You know, there's going to be something that some rationale, something. Are they really dead? I don't know. You know, we do know the soul lives on, you know. The soul is not the body. But we also know, like in physics, there are 11 dimensions. In physics, 11 dimensions. And, you know, CERN scientists are saying, in Switzerland, are saying that there are 17 dimensions. And if we're operating just on, we just deal with width, length, height, time, you know, that's what we're trained to do. But we have to retrain. We have to train ourselves. You know, we can't be stupid and we can't have like look for somebody to like do it. We have to change our whole policy. And that's not going to happen without us saying, okay, we know there's 11 dimensions. We know that somebody said there's 17 dimensions. What are they? And how do we operate? And don't like keep on telling us magic. You know, get real. Tell us the deal. Tell us who's here and what do they want from us? Right. Yes. Yes. Yeah, we don't know if they're really. I mean, and this is something that we're not going to be prepared for when they tell us. They're going to tell us. They're going to tell us. I mean, they're getting ready. They're getting ready. I mean, and then too, you don't know when you die. Do your soul? Are you like if you okay, let's say you don't want a body? Are you floating around? Where are you? You know, somewhere. It's complicated, and you know too. You know, here's another thing. You know, all those spooky things we're saying about like they're going to tell us. You know, disclosure. You also going to say that. We also can say that calling that maga, which is Latin for sorcerer, musician, Sanskrit, same thing, and saying maga, all this all the time. Why are they talking about these sorcerers, right? And then I lost my train of thought for a moment. Wait a minute. I lost my train of thought. It'll come back to me. I'm just saying the fact that there's so many weird things. Oh yeah, I got it again. And then you take like the Vatican, you take the Pope, right? Now the Pope said he did a special ceremony around Christmas time, a couple weeks ago. Well, 3 weeks ago. And he said he was going to open up 5 portals. And he used the word portals, not like doors. He used the word portals. And then people have been taking the longitude and the latitude of those portals that he opened up in that ceremony. It's called the Jubilee something or other. And I'm not Catholic or anything like that. Anyway, the portals, they sigils. Now sigils are ancient symbols. You can just look it up. Sigils, right? Now people have taken those longitude and latitude of those 5 portals, those 5 doors that the Pope calls portals, and they have the sigil of Lucifer. I'm not making this up either. I am not making this up. Check it out. Now, isn't that is more than over the top weird? Now he has opened up, and it stays open for a year. It's in the next, and he would close it on January 6th of 2026, right? That's when these 5 portals will be closed. And it's a sigil of Lucifer. Now, each of the fallen angels has a sigil. Like, they say like rules change. Nobody remembers the laws and the rules, but they do have the same kind of symbols. And a sigil is a symbol. In fact, if you're traveling at night, take the night flight, go from Miami to New Jersey. You can take that flight, just go north to south. And you can see the city planners have made sigils. You can look if you know how to, you know what to look for. You could see there's a language. And why wouldn't they do that? Why wouldn't they not do that? So there's a lot of weird things. There's too many weird things that are happening. Too many weird things. And even, where's that place that has those aerial, what do you call it? Navajo? Not Navajo. Nirvana, not Nirvana. Oh, they have those overseas ancient symbols. They have them in the ground in the daytime, which are again sigils. Sigils. I forget the name right now. Navarro. I think it's Navarro. You can look it up. It's in South America. Could be Central America. It's in the Americas. Right. Oh, yes. Thank you. Nazca. Yes. And they have those two a little bit more advanced in United States at night. Take the night flight where you can see they have sigils of symbols of ancient things. They have quite a show they give, quite a show. If if you get a window seat and you look and it's a clear night, get an eyeful. I thought that was very strange when I noticed that. I noticed that in 2023, I noticed that. Or 2023, I noticed that. That was very strange. Around February, it was cold. Yeah, it was cold. So, I mean, there's so many things. So many things that are so weird. So weird. And they just keep laying it on us. And it's this whole magic thing that even if you weren't into magic, they're forcing you to be a participant of it by the language and by these ceremonies and just by their watching the show. It's like watching the show. The thing about the New World Order, the NWO, that's old. That's very old. It's very, very old. I mean, you have in the Greeks' time, Virgil, the poet, the philosopher, Virgil. He wrote about the New World Order. You take like, the guy that did the world of the wars. I forget his name right now. He did that radio skit in the 30s. Well, in 1928, I can't think of his name right now. He wrote an essay for the New World Order. He wrote an essay, quite lengthy, in 1928, promoting the New World Order. Right? The New World Order. It's a phrase that's always, I'm sure Hitler used it too. New World Order. Everybody comes along and goes, New World Order. In fact, the backside of our dollar, the Latin is equivalent to New World Order. So it's nothing new. And of course, the pyramid, what do you call that? The keystone, the top of it. Yes, I mean, if we just pay attention, they're telling us constantly every step of the way what they're doing. If you just know how to read the signs, Reed had the symbols, and you go, you're not fooling me with that half speech. Tell me the deal. Tell me the real deal. Tell me it. Tell me it. Tell me it. Yeah, tell me it. It's funny. It's funny. It's real funny. That's why we have every single capability of being clairvoyant, telepathic, psychokinetic, anything that we can remote view, because heck, look what we're being fed constantly. We're constantly being like put in a certain place. Let's just go there. Okay, so we'll, hey, you want me to move things with my mind? I'm going to try. I'm going to try. I'm going to try and move things, psychokinetic. Why can't I move it? Can I bend something if I concentrate? Because I'm too tired right now. But hearing, even when we have pets, we are like telepathic, right? They don't speak our language, but they know they know it. We don't have to even, they like to hear sound because we tune them to sound, right? Yes, I want love too. I don't want to be scared. I don't want to be frightened. I want love. I want niceness. I want to be like, I want to know a lot of things too. I really want to know. I don't want to be like stupid. I don't want to be like scared. I don't want to be selfish. No, I don't want to be these things. I don't want people to think that I gotta have a machine to tell me how to think, how to write. I don't want that. I don't want the machines. Machines. I don't want to mow my lawn with like a scissors. No, I want a machine to cut the grass. But I don't want to worship with a machine. I don't want a machine telling me like how much to eat or what to eat. I don't need it. I mean, I don't need the machine to talk to me. I don't want to talk to I want to hear somebody's voice. I want someone to a machine is an aid, not the be all. I want to have the great God of AI, artificial intelligence. Oh, please, the machine. I might as well worship my bicycle, my car, right? My car takes me places. I worship you. It's funny. I want to go to do that. I want to go to do that too. I want to go to cut my grass and give me milk. Well, yes, I want to see my goat and I want to pick up its poopies too because it's like, it eats in one end and poops at the other end. It's fine with me. I don't mind. I don't mind. Thank you. Right. Yes, pooping is part of it. It's not dirty. I must be put it someplace. Yeah. I just want a natural, stop messing around. I really think that, Bill Gates is doing these things with the sun because he's listening to some aliens. That's what he's doing. He's making their eyeballs are too bright. They can't stand the bright light. They're just terraforming our Earth for somebody else, right? Some other creatures. Maybe their Earth planet or not their Earth planet, their planet. They messed it up and they have to go someplace else. It's possible. Anything, everything is on the picnic table, right? Everything. Right. Everything is on the picnic table. The first thing you got to do when you want to look at aliens is to, start looking at bugs, right? Start looking at bugs and look at them with a magnifying glass. That's what started changing me around too. When I started looking at it was in the summer though, the spring, warm weather. I was looking at insects with a high magnifying glass. And I was like, oh my God, look at these things. And I noticed how beautiful they were, actually, bugs being beautiful. And I was like, wow, how interesting. And I could still see, I was like, and then I couldn't squash them. I couldn't kill them like I could before. I mean, because I had acknowledged their life force. Yes, that's it. And I've seen them as beautiful creatures. Beautiful. Now, if I see one my size, it's going to be a little different. You know what I mean. But and I don't expect them in all planets to keep their size. Like, what's small on this planet can be, dinosaur size someplace else. And we could be teeny weeny size humans on their planets. So, we're in for a lot of things. And they could be the rulers. Maybe, that's why I said, we have to be open. We have to be open. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I mean, why do we worship gold, right? I think there's so many, like, I think amethyst is really beautiful. You can't see it that clearly, but it's beautiful. I love amethyst. I just have a little pieces. And pyrite is beautiful. But I mean, it's like, there's lots of stuff going on. We're getting connected. The cosmicness, the cosmic raises are coming at us. They're making us pay attention, you stupid humans. Pay attention. What is this and what is that? They're telling us, what is this? Think about it. Use your intuitiveness to put 1 + 1 and get 2. Plus another 1 is 3. Don't skip and don't let somebody else tell you. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. That's what they're telling us. That's what we're being told. We're being told. And that's why they have this light show. I was thinking the other day, I mean, all the fuel why are they up in the sky? They're showing us this. And it's expensive too. Like, even for some of these are US. They are US. They are. Why are they doing this? Is this the way that, see? Is this the way they tell us about extras? Aliens, space aliens? I mean, I think it is. Well, that could be, yeah. There's amoebas and the parameciums. Maybe we just call them amoebas and parameciums. Yeah, they live in our skin. We're the host for a lot of tasty things. I used to think we had little dinosaurs, tiny little dinosaurs. Who knows? Maybe we do. Maybe we do. They just walk all over us. We're probably festering. And then there's probably some race that sees all these little things all over our hands, our face, our bodies. And they go, ooh, those humans, look at them. They got all these things crawling and crawling around us. We don't know what kind of vision the insect race has. Maybe they see the really, really tiny things. Maybe. They could. They could. Want me to show you something? I'll show you something. I'll show you something. Hold on. It's not finished though, but you can still see it. It's something else. Now, when I draw very realistically, but this is just okay, now I'm working on it. Okay, check this. Okay, now I didn't animate it yet or anything like this. Let me make sure I'm burning anything. Now, this is a reptilian, right? Check this out. Now, I didn't finish it. Okay. Now, this is the spider rays. See? And I actually have seen a spider that has these things, these these things, these antennas, and it has it looks like this. It looks like this, and now this, and this isn't finished. So you can't really judge it, but check it out. And look, here's a humanoid, a human, but it has a bird on its ear, connected. I mean, huh? You see? And let me move this because I don't want to start a fire. But see, check this out. Right? Right. Look at that. See, and then okay, you can really, but you see, now this. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, I was just thinking, like, if there was an alien party and they got together, and like there would be a humanoid. Here was this, insect person, and here was a reptile, a lizard, reptilian, not a Draco, but like one of their kind, right? Yeah. Yes, Piccolo, 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 Piccolo. Yeah, Piccolo. Yeah, Piccolo is yeah, he is a reptilian, isn't he? Piccolo is. I just got so used to him with his turban and his cape. Yeah, I love Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. I don't watch it anymore, of course, but I love it. Yes. I mean, I still have to. I'll finish. I'll show you when I finish it, but I haven't worked on it. But it's just like I get I do a few things at once. But yes, you're welcome. Yeah, it's like we don't know. I mean, we really like. I mean, this is where we're at. I mean, it changes all our definition of everything, every single thing. When they announce, yes, people, we aren't the only life forms. It's going to change everything, everything. It'll challenge, and they're telling us. They're telling us slowly. They're telling us obvious ways. They're really like, and they're laying it on. So I mean, stop being sneaky. Stop doing this. I mean, and the fact that they're the only thing that's bugging me is like this competitive, like even using the word like great. I mean, it should be cosmic. Cosmic. Use the word cosmic. We're dealing with the cosmos, right? Cosmic and energy, frequency, not like energy like gas, oil, electric, stuff like that. No, I'm talking like in terms of, energy, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, it should be like we have to. So much changes are coming. We got to be tough. We got to be ready for it because it's a lot of people are gonna go because they're just not even thinking in that direction. But for us, hey, we've already having these conversations. We're like imagining it. And we're going, yeah, we got things crawling all over our skin. We got things in the woods. We got things in the sky. And things are like, and they've been, and somebody's playing games with us. That's what we know. We know that. Ah, yeah, there's mites. You know, there's good bugs, I guess, and bad bugs. And I guess, microscopic little creatures too. Some of them, they eat things that are harmful too, because obviously we come in, maybe, since we have these, trails in the sky and everything's contaminated, maybe it eats up the things that like we go through like, some of that crazy fog that's around or something, maybe, filthy air, filthy things. And the good, and these little creatures probably eat that stuff so it doesn't go in on our skin, so it doesn't go into our pores. You don't know. I mean, we obviously have some kind of defense system. We obviously do. And then who's to say that we don't make our brains, our cells manufacture itself through control of our vagus system, vagus, nervous system. I mean, our nervous system is more than just move this finger, or talk or eat or poop or whatever. It's probably says, develop this to keep us healthy. I mean, we don't have to have complete the fundamentals down to participate, right? Thank you, Chaka. Jack. I mean, it's like you have to. I mean, I'm learning. I'm relearning and relearning and relearning, and I know that there's like nasty assholes out there, nasty people, and they really, 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 really. Because I mean, people are scared. People are scared, and then when people are scared, they act mean. They act mean, and they get desperate. So that's another. So that's another thing you got to realize. The system is trying to keep us scared. And at the same time, they're like, they can't help it. Like something is telling them, you better tell these people we're here. I get that feeling. I get that feeling. And then I always wondered, why do I have to see these things? Why do I have to? And then I just got, hey, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. That is the way that's the way it is. Well, you can't say, CG, you can't say what, I mean, first of all, we don't know how many of these beings, how many of these space aliens there are. And we know they've told us that they are millions, get this? Millions of galaxies, okay, like the Milky Way, millions. And you can have that theory, the multiverse, and stuff like that. You can have those theories, and those are theories. But however, millions of galaxies and billions are saying billions of planets, which means at least we're going to have like a couple dozen different types of space aliens. At least a couple dozen. Who knows? Who knows? We don't know. There's more than one type. Some are going to be just like us. I mean, they're going to look like us, but they're not us. They're not us. They're humanoid ones. They're probably, bunny rabbit ones. They're probably snake ones, crocodile ones. I mean, fish ones. I don't know. And we have to be open minded, not like have our brains fall out of our heads. No, we'd be scared. And people still don't like to talk about it. They still don't like to talk about it. They still don't. Even though every day we're being slapped up by, like, if we're not reading about it in the paper or online, we're like, we look up in the heavens, we look up in the sky, the night sky, and bang. I had a big workspace in New Jersey, of all places, and in North Jersey, right where that arsenal is, that military base, close enough, like 20 miles away, 15 miles away, something like that. Anyway, I was in one of those factories. I had a factory floor, and those old factories from the Silk Age, I guess the 1800s, whatever. They were built, high ceiling. They were big, high ceilings, big windows, blah blah blah, and I used to see those for 2 years. Those garage size, bus size drones would be like, as soon as the sun set, they'd make the rounds, and since one side of my place was all glass, they got an eye shot. I mean, an eye view, and it made me feel like, I didn't like being observed. I didn't. And then I realized I was doing pretty interesting things too. Well, of course they're gonna, come around and check it out, because I was making some sculptures, the sparkly kinds and big ones, and but so that was like, And then let me tell you one thing I saw too. Now, they used to do things in that area besides those big things flying every night. And then as soon as one would come, there was about 4 of them. Round and round they go. They come from way in the distance and they go over the building. And I've seen them also too in other areas of New York. I was staying in this hermitage by the lake, which was also close by another prominent military place. And sure enough, quiet, quiet, and the ability to stop without a sound. And I was like, at the lake, living by the lake, and they make their rounds, round and round the lake, around and round. As soon as it's dusk to dawn. But going back to like North Jersey, when I first got there, I went, wow, look at this view. Look at this view. Look at this view. I was saying to myself. And yep. Yeah, Montauk, yeah, I was there too. But wait, right, yeah, right, exactly, the Philadelphia experiment. Right where I was looking out the window. It must have been about 7:30, something like that. And I had just moved in. And then I looked to the left, and I was on the top floor, and there was, right, I could almost feel I could touch it. Right at the little past the building, there was this huge sunset. Huge. Looked like about 3 or 4 football fields. Big. I've never seen it so big in my entire life. Something I've seen maybe in photographs, right? I've never seen, I've been on, quite a few places. I've never seen a setting sun that big. So I said, oh, wow, let me go get my camera. So I just went away for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, dug out my camera. And then when I came, not even 10 minutes now, 5 minutes, and I came back to go snap the picture. You know what? Gone. 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 The whole damn setting sun, gone. Gone. And I wasn't the only one there. It was gone. Gone. I wasn't the only one that saw it. Gone. Totally disappeared. Not a trace. Not a trace. Yeah, Plum Island. The ticks, they didn't have the ticks, before. The ticks all of a sudden one day appeared. That's because it was some sort of accident or some kind of release. I look at Bill Gates putting those mosquitoes in the Keys. Yeah, I know. There's so many things. This is our conversation, and you can say that, this is what, makes things being loved, having a family, growing, doing this and doing that. We have to really have flexibility of the mind and also strength of the mind. Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you go outside, spray yourself for ticks. Ticks don't like apple cider vinegar, and you spray yourself with apple cider vinegar, and you may smell like vinegary for a couple minutes, but it dissipates. But the ticks don't like the smell of apple cider vinegar. They can still smell the stink. You can also put lavender oil in it. Lavender oil with apple cider vinegar. You spray it, fine spray all over yourself, clothes. And of course, wear white clothes, light clothes, and I wear like boots all the time because hey, you can't trust those things. But I spray my shoes too with apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar keeps those ticks away. Otherwise, they just fall down from the trees. They're all over you. They're all over you. Yeah, lime. Yeah. And also too, they don't like it when you they really hate apple cider vinegar. They really hate that. And they like, sweet junk food blood types. And of course, long sleeves, long pants. And then it's funny, people come from, and they come around these areas where there's Lyme disease. It's not funny, but they come to these areas where there's Lyme disease and they just lay all over the grass. They have shorts on, they have sandals, they have flip flops. Hey, wait a minute. And the ticks go, yum, yum. Ah, huh. Time travel. Yeah, Stargate. The Stargate. The Stargate. This is how they're traveling. This is how they're traveling. They're certainly not taking the Elon Musk rocket into space. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. They're not taking one of those things. They're traveling, time travel. They're trying to go. They're going, whoa, Nelly, whoa. Take time. We're gonna we're gonna bring you up to speed. It's almost Trek movies, which they've been telling us all these things are real. Gee, all these things are real. That's what they've been saying. It's too much, isn't it? Wow, they're real. Even I was thinking too about those vampire movies, sucking blood. That's real. There's sucking blood. Mm, yeah. That female artist, Maria Abrakovich, something like that. She's like very much into like blood. So is a number of other people, blood, and the blood of babies, adrenochrome. They say the Dracos, they're into the adrenochrome. It's their thing. There's lots of things we're going to find out. You can say, oh yeah, you're going to, whatever. But who knows? Something's up though. That's what I mean. We have like, if you want to like move something, if you want to, you know, time leap, work on it. It can happen. It does happen. It does happen. There's so many things we don't know. And then it's funny when they say, and so is an expert of blah, 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 blah. All right, well, am I impressed? I'm more impressed with other things. I'm more impressed with being kind. I'm more impressed, but tell me where to go look for it, or just tell me what it is and I'll go check it out. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Right? I'll check it out. Oh, I'll check it out. Right? Well, I guess it's getting kind of late. Let me see what time it is. It's 4 o'clock. Well, it's 4 o'clock. Well, guys, gals, space aliens, beautiful people. We should probably, I'll be functioning in a few hours. I have a lot to do. But I'll be back. I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back. I have to get up early tomorrow. Mm. But you know what I am trying to do is to make something and really provoke people to, deeper thought, to make prompt people to think, to think, to think about things, and to strengthen to really strengthen the human race, because we are strong, and there's so many things that we've been kept from us because we've been treated like, treated wrong. I think we've been treated wrong, and and there are people that will continue to do that. But that's why I'm trying to get guidance. And also, too, we have to get lucky numbers. Lucky numbers. Saturday is a day of picking lucky numbers. I'm going to play something today if I can get the right numbers. And I was thinking, if you could see things in events, seeing numbers is more fleeting because it's narrower. But why isn't it possible? Right? Right. Why not? Since everything is based on, we're trying to keep telling us, our leaders, magic, 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 magic. They're saying, they don't want you to say magic without them saying magic first. But if you do a little research on stuff they throw out at us, it is all in the language of alchemy. It is. It's alchemy. It's alchemy. It's sorcerers. It's this. It's that. It's all kind of like things like that. It is. What time are you going to go to sleep, CJ? Tiaka, are you still there? We should go to sleep. I don't know. I think I'm going to. It's 4 o'clock in the morning here in the Northeast. I'm sure. And I guess maybe Hawaii, it must be 1 o'clock. 12 o'clock. No, 1:30. What time is it, Tiaka? It must be 1 o'clock, right? 1 o'clock. Hmm. Well, I had a nice time. I had a nice time. A nice time. At least we can see that we're like thinking about these things, and we're going to see what we can, you know, see things, right? Get stronger. Hmm. Wow, it's almost 5 o'clock. Well, now I feel like staying up all night. And I can sleep later. It's nice and quiet. Cat's quiet. You haven't heard the cats meow, right? Cat's quiet. Cats are real quiet. I almost feel like putting my paints up here. Who is still here? Yeah, you should go get some sleep. And thank you very much. It's been beautiful. Um, I think I'm going to stay up for a while. It's 5 o'clock already. It is dawn. You see, it doesn't get light here until 7 o'clock. Anyway, I'm not sleepy. Conversation, excuse me. Conversation was stimulating. Well, good night, my dear friends. I'm going to turn it off, but I'm going to stay up and I'll be around the late hour tomorrow. Let's wonder what's going to happen today. Every day we get more and more intel, right? Every day more and more stuff is like loosening up. I feel like working on this. I feel like doing a little painting. And get these. I haven't looked at this for a while. Ah, well, I have. Well, you know that I do have like lots of. I have lots of artwork. I did and stuff. Mm, I don't watch television either. Just, but the more I don't like, guess what? The more I don't watch television, the more I'm looking when I'm in the woods. The more I see things in like tree barks, trees when I'm like walking in the woods, stones. The more I see things, and I even see them too in like when I see a stack of papers or you can see things in material. I can like say, hey, that looks like two eyes, a mouth, and a nose, like that kind of thing. Yeah, that's the beauty of like staying away from a lot of video. I think you start to see things. Anyway, who's still up? Who is still awake? I mean, I thought I was bad, for like being a night person all day long, but somebody just waking up. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. No, it's painted. Well, guys, I guess I should turn you off. It doesn't really matter. You can stay on. I'm gonna talk to myself. I might as well talk to you. Who's ever up? Because I am not about to go to sleep yet. Obviously not. I kind of am inspired. Sometimes I don't sleep that much. A lot of times I don't sleep that much. Not interested. Let's see. Put this away. Well, good morning. Who's still up? Who is still up and running around besides myself? Somebody is. Let me get some paint. Well, I'm going to shut this down now because I need to do some painting. And I've truly enjoyed these conversations. Our conversation tonight, this morning, early morning, and motivates me to. It's nice to know that other people are wondering and thinking and pondering existential, real things as well. And it's like the things that you can say I have no control, but we do have control. It's just that we're having to, like, we've been told we don't have any control. I guess that's it. But sometimes society just fails, and then they have to, like, begin again. I mean, you think about what happened in LA, and we have personal lives that look like LA, right? And we just got to pick it up and, like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it is not easy. It is not easy. But the main thing is to realize that, like, the people that represent us, they represent us. And if they don't, they don't. But, however, it's not a God we're looking for. It's not like a mini God or a mini goddess. We're looking for a representation of our needs and wants and what is in our best interest. Right? Right. Just remember that. All right. So, good night, everyone. I'm going to get busy, and I have some paperwork to do as well. I have some stuff to do. Might as well keep going until I pass out. Yeah, from fatigue, but not for a while. I'm turned on, stimulated. So, until the next time, you've been beautiful. I love you. Bye. Mystic Booze is out.